All right, boys. Hope we're well. I don't know how this is going to go. I've had a bit of a nightmare with the analysis program that I was supposed to be using. So we'll just see how it goes. Good evening. It's like this is the first time I've streamed on YouTube for what? Maybe a year. Just thought I would try something different. It won't be every week, I don't think, but... And it relies on you guys in the chat as well. Ask questions, fire away. So yeah, we'll wait a couple of minutes and then we'll get going. So I'm using the James Alcott tactics board thing where you can upload media and still shots and highlight things and use arrows and cursors and stuff to kind of do some tactical stuff. However, the file size was huge. Absolutely huge. So I've had to cut the halves into 3-minute videos. So I've got a first half folder. So every 3 minutes, I'm gonna have to click onto the next video. But we're hoping it'll be fine. Just to test drive. Like in future, we could just literally just watch the game back. But I can do ultra slow mo and things like that. So I hope we're all well. Thanks for coming in. I said it's a bit of a random one. Evening, Brandon, by the way, and Muffin Man. I don't know if he's here yet. And Jace. I say it's a little bit different of what we're gonna do, but I've also rushed together the stream package and everything tonight, so there's no real bells and whistles with it. We'll just sort of like stream, watch, see how it goes, and if it's a disaster, it doesn't work, no one stays and watches. It's absolutely fine. Just thought I'd show you because I'm really interested in showing you. Like, to be fair, this game was a real tricky one. Not knowing half of the players, never seen them play before. A lot of new signings, playing in a system that we don't really want to play. So if we get into it, let me get the little tactics board up. So I'll go through what we tried to do. Now, if you've watched sort of like the YouTube content and I've done real life tactics, I wanted to do like a 4-3-3 or a 4-2-3-1. But we just didn't have the players available. We didn't have my main two centre halves, which was an issue. We don't also have a lot of pace in the side. So I decided to go with a real rigid. I was told the pitch was going to be small. We knew it was going to be like a boggy pitch with the weather that we've had, especially in North Yorkshire or all over the country. So we weren't expecting to be able to play. So I thought, right, we'll really compact the middle. I've got two nice footballers in there, which is Tom, who was making his debut, and Curly, who's not played since, what, I think September or something like that. Oscar as well, decent on the ball, but as you'll see when the game starts, he's not the quickest, not the most agile. So that was an issue. So I thought, right, we need to put 3 in there. And then we've got one guy who's missed 40. He's a good left back / sort of like left centre back. So he was ideal for that role. Tickle normally plays right back and Clem normally plays central midfield. So we were a little bit all over the place with players. So I thought, right, if we have a 3 and a 3 and a 2, at least down the middle where we're expecting most of the action to come, we might be okay. We've got my best mate in goal as well, who's experienced, played at a higher level, just not played football in about 6 years. The 2 wing backs, Tom was one of the wing backs that has got pace. Young lad, he's maybe in his early 20s now, maybe. Doesn't train enough, a little bit unfit, but has at least got maybe the pace to sort of like get up and down. And then Danny, left hand side, left footed, not played any men's football ever. So this was going to be a bit of an eye opener for him. And up front, my main man, Mikey, I had him when I was last coaching like 10 years ago, scored like over 100 goals for Motherby. He's now 30, he'll be 38, I think. I think he'll be 38 next month. But but he's a fireman. He was pace and power, and he's still pretty much got all of that, to be fair. And Insai is, I think, also around 40. So we had a strike partnership of about 80 years old, but works hard, and is a threat in behind. And on the bench, we didn't have much in terms of real pace and options. A lot of defensive players in there. Target man, sort of like a striker who's not really played adult senior football much. Defensive midfielder / centre back, and then a sort of like a standing fullback. So, pace and power, very much like FM, and we'll show that in the highlights. So, the league table, that was the league table before we started the game. So we are right down. This is the bottom division. There's only 2 divisions in the sort of like the league, but we can't go any lower than this. And at the moment we were bottom of the division. 1 win out of 11 games. The 1 win was on the 6th of September. 3 draws, 7 defeats. As you can see, we're on 0 points. We've had 6 points deducted for fielding ineligible players. It did tell you somewhere, but it seems to have disappeared. It might be on the fixtures, actually. 6 points deducted. We may be getting a further 3 points deducted as well for the last game before Christmas, before I took over. So, rooted to the bottom. However, really, we should be, second bottom. Second bottom. Heslington, to be fair as well, they haven't won a game all season and have played a lot more games than us. So, chances are they may be the team that finishes bottom if we can pull our fingers out for the rest of the season. We're playing Bagby and Bork, who are like bang in the middle of the league. I actually thought their lineup was very strong. They did put on their socials, I think, that they had a strong lineup, and they did. I was quite surprised. We played against them in a game that I managed a mother before, over a year ago at the start of the season, and they were nowhere near as strong as what they were. They had decent energy in the midfield, which you'll see. Caused a little bit of problems early on. I do think our second half performance was better than a lot better than the first half. Right. Let's get the old screen up. So what I can do is, as the game develops, I can pause it. I can highlight things. What else can I do? We've got fancy lines, look. And all sorts of little things we could do. One thing we're going to look at is, in particular, the back 3 to start with. We can join them up like that as well, which is pretty cool. We've got all sorts. So I'm going to try not to freeze it. I have frozen and done some highlight clips to show maybe not to show the lads, but the idea is to show the lads. But I think this game was just about getting through, and I don't think I gave them too many instructions. The idea was that when we lose the ball, we go into a 4-4-2. We go into a 4-4-2 with the left wing back coming in as left back, the right centre back going to right back, the right midfielder. If we go back on here, when we lose possession, we shuffle to make a 4-4-2 and to be super compact. So when the ball's on, let's just get a green on. That's their right back. Ball's over that side. We've shuffled all the way across. And we're super tight. So it is a job of our wingers, in particular, to tuck right in. And we're just trying to be as compact as possible. It's going to be a main part of how we play. We've got some really tough games coming up over the next couple of weeks as well. Like Saturday, we're playing Lilo, who have only lost 2 games all season, are probably the favourites now for the league as well. They're in really good form. Whitby had a poor result at the weekend in one of the cups, I believe. So, yeah, Lilo are going to be the team to beat, and we've got to play them away from home. So I was really keen on making sure that we're compact without the ball. With the ball, I said, can we play out? But we haven't really worked on it, and we'll soon realise that the shape was a little bit too high. The back 3 were too high, which was making it easy for them to sort of like get pressed. They weren't confident enough in sort of like dropping into these areas, which we'll see. Right, let's go, shall we? Out you see, out you want to highlight. By the way, there's 18 of you in, which I appreciate. So just say good evening. I spoke to like people on stream for like well over a year.
I want it so just.
So evening, boys. Hope we're all good. So we're in the, by the way, we're in the grey. So this is Tom, our right wing back. Number 11 is Si, and number 9 is the captain, Mikey, who's the guy that we've had for a number of years. So the pitch was quite small, not too narrow, but it was, as you could see, through ball straight away. There's not much difference between, which kind of suited us because they went direct a lot. I think we went over direct at times. So we've got what's called an Xbox Go camera. So it's an AI camera sat with my mobile phone. So this was taken by my mobile phone, but it tracks.
It's alongside Crawley, Tom will do.
So as you can see, if I pause it now, look, I've asked my right midfielder, who is there, my right wing back, to be really narrow. So we've condensed, look, it's already a narrow pitch, and I've got everyone, I wanted everyone on one side. So we've done that really well. It means they can't go through. I don't think teams at our standard as well can really go round. I coached a lot in the summer at a team with a lot better players, a lot higher standard, and we could sort of like, you know, here they would be comfortable in centre half, dropping off and sort of like rotating around and stuff. So yeah, the camera's setup's good. We were lucky. It's cost about 600 quid. We were lucky enough because of my YouTube channel to get it for free, Si. So that was pretty cool. And all it does is it's on a big tripod. The only thing is it cuts out, you'll see, we don't get to see all of the action. Basically, the AI camera follows. It tries to pick up the ball, but it picks up the crowd. So when the crowd move, not the crowd, but the players move from one end to the other, it follows them. The issue is with this one, and you'll see at times, there was trees overlapping the pitch, right? To put the camera quite close to the pitch, it needs to be back maybe about 4 or 5 meters, and it was only about 3. And with the pitch being quite small, it kind of cuts out. We've got all the goals and the main bits, but you'll see that the camera doesn't move as quickly as what sort of like the highlights do at times. One thing we need to, and this is really good for me, I've watched this back like 3 times, editing and then just watching it back and then clipping up. We're terrible at, see now it's looking for, it's like, where's the ball? So it's focused on that because of where the general players are, so you do miss bits. But obviously if we were further back, it would pick up the ball movement as well.
Quickly! Get your rest when you get back in!
So when we got there, the pitch, I actually thought the pitching bad, but it was one of those pitches where it was sort of like not really wet on top, but it was just claggy underneath. Once you put your foot in, that was it. It was really claggy. Yeah, bargain. It was free. They've brought a new one out that doesn't need a mobile phone, but I'm literally using my old mobile phone for this. It's like a Google Pixel. It's zoomed in as well, so it zooms in automatically, which is pretty cool. And it's going to be a really good thing to show the lads just basics and me to watch back, because obviously when you're coaching, you don't get to see absolutely everything. You miss things. There's so many things that I've picked up on, and it'd be good for the lads that want to learn. See, now it's lost the ball, so it'll work. It knows the ball's coming because of the movement. So this is Mikey. Pace, power, bit of a groove. Tickle, the number 3, who's just lost possession there. He's our centre half. He was he ended up winning man of the match actually.
Well done, Danny!
So we get a lot of that because the pitch was quite narrow. And it was good for us. The ball was off the pitch a lot. Well, we really were good. My goalkeeper was super good at taking his time, slowing the game down. We didn't want the game to be frenetic because I knew that physically we wouldn't be as good as them. Even our other lads have not trained. Like Tom, this right wing back, works away, never trains. So now it's finished. Look, so we need to go on to the next one. So we're a little bit short in terms of real. Like power, not power, but engines, physical engines. We've literally got.
When he goes, when the ball goes, you go as well, yeah. Lose him, Crow. Cooley, get higher to Brownie. Lose him.
Any questions you ask? Like, why is he doing this? What's that for? Just ask. We can kind of bring it back.
Good.
See now, oh, it's just gone off, but the trees are in the way. So not tree. It was literally as far back as I possibly could. Some of the trees were actually overlapping the football pitch as well, which was brilliant.
Go on, Dan. You just have to do it if you have to get back, bud, alright? Just be aware for
I kind of realised as well I asked a lot of Dan, who was playing left wing back. First game I was asking him to play wing back, so he's number 15 there. Was probably just asking a little bit too much of him in terms of what to do when he gets a little bit isolated at times. So we're solving that for next week. We're going to go to like a 4-3-3 and just have a few players probably playing out of position, but give the team a better overall shape. So they're playing a 4-3-3. This guy's sort of like the left forward, and I thought they were actually really good, Bagby, in terms of they kind of didn't play with the ball well, but they did have some decent players. The guy behind him as well, number 10, he's probably one of the league's better players. They've kind of got one sitter up. One sitter, they have the full... Whoop! So they've got the back four in there. That's their back four. And then they had... What do they have? There's their sitter. Then they have two eights. This guy was pretty good. I was quite impressed with him. Sometimes looks like a 4-3-3 or a 4-2-3-1. And then over the far hand side, they've got a winger, centre forward and the left forward.
Win it, Talon! Win it, Talon! Get after him! Roll the time! Roll the
Camera
time!
quality is pretty good as well. I don't know what it looks like for you guys on your end, but it looks alright. I was really impressed with it. See there, it's just lost the ball. When the ball goes quickly forwards, we kind of loses track. But I think if the camera's set further back, it should be a lot better. Zooms in as well, like it's automatic zoom in. So he annoys me for now. Like now it should be immediately ball in, go back to the goalkeeper. That's my right centre back as well. You know, I don't like how we've lined up here, to be honest. The Tickle should be going in there and marking that man. So here he should be in. He should be in there, which stuff I can show him. And the ball should just go back to the goalie. I hate like working the line. It drives me insane just working the line, because I think what we can do with a couple of passes, because teams don't press very well at this level, they're not taught, they don't have any real sort of like pressing triggers or when to go, when not to go. I think we can recycle the ball and come out the other side a little bit better, especially when we play my best mate in goal, Slugger. He's confident with his feet, good with his feet. He's played outfield a little bit as well, so yeah, we definitely need to do that a little bit more next week. We haven't got goalkeeper next week though, which is this Saturday, which is a bit frustrating. We've got our main reserve goalkeeper, but he was brilliant. So now it should be a little bit. Look, we're looking to throw, and we soon get out this side. We do this really well. Like ball coming in from the left and playing. At times we just went a little bit further forward a little bit too quick. I think we've got to think about who we're passing to.
It's it!
Tickle! When Fordy's doing a throw, 10's your man. 10's your man. That's Tickles. 10, when Fordy's doing a throw, I want Fordy doing the throws.
See now as well, I've got my left wing back doing it. Left wing back doing the throw, which at first I thought was fine, but it gives us less options in here now. So I need my left centre. If we're going to play a three, it needs to be the centre backs doing the throws. And I thought first few sort of like 5 minutes, I felt quite confident when how we were playing.
Work, Tom! Work, Tom!
I think a couple of them are going to have to get me used to me asking them to work back. I think at this level, there's maybe a reason why they're bottom of the league as well. That they've been allowed to sort of like not work hard, some of them. So some of them have got a little bit of a shock, but they seem to really dive into what we were trying to do. Said we've only done basic stuff, but just little things like me shouting at them for not working hard enough and getting in shape, not getting in shape.
Step one off, step one off.
Alright, I'll do something. Drop off.
Over me!
Good, 40!
So now we don't set. we go along like we wanted to get Mikey going a bit, and I think in the first half we just asked too much of Mikey. He's nearly 38, and he's got loads of pace, and you'll see later on he's sort of like his directness, but we need to make sure that we don't rag him into the ground. I think that's Tom. So here, Tom should be doing him here, but because he's not at his fittest, I think he goes to cross, and I really want him cutting to the byline and low crosses rather than crossing too early. I think the number of goals that you see at a low level, as in standard level, headers, especially from deep corners, is quite low. Real shit from that corner as well. I realised the corner are terrible. Not the corner quality. So we've got, I think there's one. I think there's two in there. I think there's one there. There's two there. There's one there. No one at the near post. No one in front of the goalkeeper. So that'll be something that we need. I'm going to set up corners. We're going to have in-swingers. We've got one lad who's left-footed, Tom. One lad who's good with corners, right-footed. So we're going to ask them to wing-swing on Saturday. And I'm going to have my main centre-half, who didn't play this week. He was actually running one of the marathons, a half marathon, I think. I'm going to get him to stand at near post, and we're going to do some little flick-ons, I think. Cover the goalies. But we need more people in 6-yard box, and it actually costs us in the second half. We should score, and we don't because
Go on again.
another really poor bit of play, like crossing from these angles when players are coming back towards their own goal.
Go on again.
Right there, right in there. So we have an opportunity to then Tom to control and run, like crossing from that angle when people are running out. But these are little things that I can show the lads and say, look, not the greatest decision, and then hopefully when the week after the same opportunity arises, they pick a different thing. You know, we can't, like tonight we've done training.
Time now, bags of it. 40, look for it.
And you never get a full team, so training is almost pointless, and I just want the lads to enjoy a bit and kick around on a night. So having this camera and these clips is really a good way of showing them.
Get with him, Tickle.
How we can improve.
Get with him, Tickle.
And I might go down a little bit, messaging them individually with little clips. The dream would be to do a pre-match for like 15 minutes before the games, before like they get changed, take them in, put little like highlight clips on it. I don't know if that's a little bit too much, but for me, visually, it's a really good way of kind of showing them where they're going wrong, what we need to be better at. We don't do bad actually dealing with crosses because we've definitely got a physical disadvantage in height and sort of like aerial threat. Our biggest player, Oscar, is not really great in the air.
Back stick, Tom.
Oh yeah, Crawley. Crawley's. I didn't realise it was that loud. Is that a bit better? Hey, Revish, shouting, Crawley. Crawley, where are you on the pitch, Kroll? Kroll's there, look. There he is, right there. Get to watch your masterclass, Kroll. Told Sai off as well. I didn't want him to press the goalie. I want goalkeepers to have a little bit of time on the ball because if you go and press them, they'll just kick it long, and most teams kick it long anyway. So I really don't want, unless we're like having to chase the last few minutes of a game, I don't want us to lose our shit, keep the sort of like the narrow, compact block, and don't press the goalie. Because if you don't press the goalie and stay nice and compact, the chances are they might try and play out. If he's got time to think about it, they've got time to think about a decision, as in to play short. If you rush them, then they're going to kick long. So it's something that we need to make sure that we don't do. It was a lovely spread. So here, Tom, once again, bad touch. I think we just need to get him fit. And his reactions, look. Reaction not great. He has got back in, but his reaction to get the ball back could have been better. Crawley kicking the ball away. We wasted a lot of time at the weekend, Crawley. It was good. I thought our game management, to be fair, was pretty good.
Don't go and press the goalie, let him have it. Because you rush him to do that, you see.
Camera's found ball again. But you'll see maybe now when it's kicked, it just loses it. To be fair though, when you have the camera closer, you lose these little shots sometimes, but you get a better view of the sort of like the closer to the action. The quality seems to be clearer.
Simple.
It's Keith said to him there, keep it simple. You can't hear me. I don't know why. I'm hoping everyone else can. Can everyone else hear me? My mic says it's working. So I'm hoping you lot can hear me. Hopefully that's... might be just you ballers. No one else has said it. You must be able to hear me. I didn't think they're back in. That was a good pass. Here's Crowley. Little reverse. Nearly came off. Was it a glitch? I think we didn't drive enough. There's a couple of times with Clem as well at full back and at centre back. He just didn't drive with it enough. This pitch weren't really the pitch for like now. Here you want to drive. Well, I know you don't want to run, but we want a corner out of it. But I think we can carry a little bit more. See how we set ourselves up for this corner. I said, all I asked for defending corners man for man, and I asked Mikey, our number 9, to be free. So he just stands in the middle, sort of like middle of the 6-yard box, and just goes and attacks the ball no matter what. So we made a good start here. What are we in? Maybe the first 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think we're in the first sort of like we're into about 12, 13 minutes into the game now. I thought we've made a good start. One thing we're not strong in a tackle. These little 50-50s, there's so many of them that we can just be a little bit. I'm not expecting lads to fly in, but I think at times we can just be a little bit more physical. See here now we should be passing. Here, get up, out this way, but we don't, and we just look to go long. And we're not. We'll be better this weekend. We could go forward quicker this weekend because we've got 2 centre halves. We've got another lad coming in who's going to play defensive midfield. Who's going to be sort of like he's a bit of a unit, so we could maybe go longer, a little bit quicker. But you know these are nothing balls, and then we're not jumping on the seconds either. They've got an easy out, so this was a bit frustrating, especially on these small pitches as well. Unless you're going to launch balls in, I think if we're going to do it, we need to be launching balls into their penalty area. No sort of like balls bouncing in around the sort of like the 18-yard box. See the ball's lost. Look, it's lost its track then. It picks it up. Look, Mikey's got his hand up because he knows he should have popped it off there. One thing they need to drill into him is a little phrase, not getting bored of the basics. Just pop it off and go, pop it off. Play the way you face it. Keep everything simple. See now, look, we're going long again. So there's Oscar, who I really wanted to drop in a little bit, but we were just squeezed. We squeezed too high too early, which meant our defenders were sat on the sat on the strikers, and then we had no chance of really playing. So I need to encourage my defenders to sit in. So I'm not 100% sure what my goalkeeper is like with his feet, who's going to be playing on Sunday. A little bit of an issue, but we're going to do it anyway. Even if it means we get 2 passes in and then go long, it's not the end of the world. We don't have to. It's not as if I'm going to ask them to play at all costs. What I don't want is them balls, where we're launching it up for our strikers to get a grip of it. If it's going to go long, it has to go in the channels for me. If it's in the air, it's got to go over the top. And we get a little bit of luck here because that has come from... Where was it? Here, was it this bit? No. I think it's here, innit? So here, look. There. Put it in there. And just a little bounce pass. Oscar could probably turn, like he's looking around him. So we could have probably done that, and then that wide midfielder would have come in, so we could have probably played around him. Just little things that we don't do, but it's just bad habits, I suppose. So that's just like a nothing ball. Absolute nothing ball, so we need to get rid of those. But these are good now. If I told Josh that I'd just done that, he probably wouldn't remember. But the fact I can show lads it and say, look, we can't have this, we can't do that. If they can visually see it, we should have been 1-0 down there. And it just turns, the game just turns a little bit for the next sort of like 10-15 minutes. Big up the Kirkdale. How you doing, Nate? You all right? Did Kirkdale play at the weekend? Oh yeah, you played on the Ash. You played on our 3G pitch, didn't you? So we're good at, like, the ball's been out of play, which is good. We've been, oh, this is the goal. Right, so it's a long kick again, which is fine. Headed down. That's there now playing as a more of a number 10. He's just clipped it and got it. And the camera's not caught up. Runs through. And scores. But if I bring it back a little bit. If we slow it right down and play it. No one anywhere. Look, he's allowed to bring it down, turn, and just clip one in. And that's just because we're stood off. And that was Oscar, our number 6. Look, he's there. And he's like half and half. You either drop off so you can win something in the second ball, drop right off, or you get right up his ass. So that's something that I can really push home with Oscar. And then the camera finally catches up. Lad comes in. He was good. He was quick. But we're a little bit like this guy here. Bloody hell. That's me right centre back. And he's gone into that left little half space. So that's something we need to do better. But I'm going to blame that on the back 3. Clem being a central midfielder as well. But goal. I know it's levels and we can't stop all goals, but for me, just by being tighter, Oscar being tighter in there, Clem tucking back in quickly and sprinting back in, we would have probably prevented that goal. Yeah, I'd wondered why you were in that league. No offence, Nath, but Nath, it's obviously a good, decent standard. That league, the team that you played. I won't be doing this every week. It's a bit of a one-off, really, because I think the more people get aware of it, then it'll come a point where there'll be people watching that I don't really want watching. But I thought I would do it as a little bit of a one-off. Might put some bits across on my Patreon because I'm getting lads to do members for the team. I've got like 11. I've got 11 lads, I think, in there now on the Patreon, paying like £3 a month. The club gets 2 of it, so it's like 22 quid a month. If I get that up to like 50 or 60 quid a month, it'd be pretty cool. Tom's another one, number 7. Needs to just stick his foot in a little bit more. And here now, look, was sat off. Sat off too much. That's a midfielder. Is it that one? Yeah, he's a midfielder. He's a midfielder. And then we've got our 2 DMs there. 2 CMs there and there. So, little things. I think we need to be tighter, more aggressive. Might have to be, if Crowley's here, might have to be a bit of Bielsa ball press. Everyone picks up a man, stays with them. And here we just struggle a little bit, little things in terms of just playing it back, a little bit slow. That's not too bad. It's not a ball. That's not a ball that I don't mind. He might get us in a cup, Nath, to be fair, because I've been told we're in 4 bloody cups still. Which fucking meant, but typical Beckett League 25 cup competition. We have drawn Whitby Fishermen in 2 of them, so and they're top of our division, so we'll have to turn it on. There you go, Crowley. Use your strength there, bud. We went very quiet. I was keen not to start screaming and bawling at him, just because we've gone 1-0 down. I think as time goes on, I think I will be a little bit more assertive. Thought Tickle was great. This lad who's on the ball now, he's not amazing with his feet. He's played sort of like right back more than sort of like the centre back role, but I thought he was fantastic on Saturday. Can't play this week. Typical. Evening, Jace. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I'm a bit unsure what to do, really. I'm so busy. Like, Monday, I was in this room for like 10 hours on my day off, doing like content and stuff. And then now a Motherby's taking over a little bit. I've got that, bits and bobs to do with that. Watch the game back and stuff. And then Tuesday, finished work, spent 3 hours in here. Good job, Amy don't give a shit, and she wants to play on fucking... She's happy playing on Xbox and doing her own thing, because we don't really sit... We'd only be sat on the sofa watching shit, like, but... Yeah, I'm a bit like, if I commit... I realise if I can't commit to this every week, because, I'm just not going to be able to breathe. Everything's getting a bit intense at the moment, bud, but I don't know, I feel like some nights we should just switch something on and just have a chat with a couple of regulars. Maybe like on a Saturday. Saturday nights were always good. Yeah, true, mate. Sat on me fat ass though, mate. That's the problem. So technically we could do one of these on a Saturday, but it might be a bit raw. Watching it back the first time, I might see things that really infuriate me, especially if we've won a. It's easy to stream it when you've had a good result, not an unexpected result, but a good result. Like this week, I said we're playing second. Title favourites, so yeah. They threw a lot of balls in, to be fair. A lot of crosses in, a lot of balls, and I thought we actually defended pretty well. First contacts, second contacts. I thought we actually did really well at. We're just a little bit all over the place sometimes, look. So Clem, there's not enough. Clem's got 2 here. Our right centre-back's got 2 lads here. There's 2 in there. 2v1, so... Something we need to get right. I think it needs to be a little bit of man-to-man. He is a centre-half. So for me, it should be, right, if that's the centre-half going forward, the centre-forward follows him.
Does that follow it? How does it do that?
So I need to click on, for me as well, a little personal note that I've made a little jot down of is me clicking onto the formation, what they're playing quicker, and then relaying it to the lads. in terms of what they're playing and then what their responsibility is. I think if we go do a little bit more man-to-man off the ball, I think it's a little bit clearer in terms of a lad's instruction, especially from set pieces. So like here, like, let me bring it back. Like a throw again. It's our left centre-back, which is good. Left midfielder's come across. Right. Just throw it in here. Throw it to Slots. He would have had that. Whoop. What's wrong with my circles tonight? He would have had that, no problem. And then once again, you can come out this way. Whereas my right midfielder's here. So he would then come out probably this way and get a throw. So just little things, working the line, you know, let's be braver. There's no reason why you can't throw it in there, especially if Tickle comes and stands in there and leaves and vacates that space, kind of blocks that 18 off, the ball then can throw in there and out there or out the other side really quickly. So to be honest, Jace, and it's one of those where the other team don't really do. I don't think they actually do tactics, to be honest, and I don't think they click onto things quickly enough to stop it. Especially if they hear me back, you know, there's like the same orders all the time, they're definitely going to click on. But if our team could just do that naturally, it would take them 3 or 4 attempts at that to kind of figure out what's going wrong. And would they know how to fix that, to stop the throw? Would they then put one of the strikers on the... For me, if the left centre-back was throwing it to the goalie and he was playing out the other way, I would get my striker to go stand near the goalie so it cuts out that pass. Would they do that? I don't know. I said I've never worked. The teams that I've coached in the past have all been at a higher level to this. So I was going in a little bit blind of what to expect, not so much from our lads, but from the opponents and what they would do without the ball. And was quite impressed with these, actually, because I thought they were a bit of useful. Like, they have 2 big boys here, like 18, like as a fucking wide target man. Fucking massive. Their striker was good. They had a sort of like a half-decent central midfielder as well. I don't know if this was... I think it was one of their stronger teams. Also, as well, if we bring that back, we're going long, right? But we've made the decision very early. Like, Tickle, to be fair, the number 3 here, he's kind of half showing, but he's not going to get it in there. So I really want our players on Saturday. We're going to play back for 1, 2, 3, 4. That's where our back 4 is going to be. Probably our full-back's probably even higher. And start really deep, probably even inside. Probably inside, actually. See if we can play. Or even start with our centre-half, giving it to the goalie, maybe. Because we just go long too much. And how we're going to play on Saturday is not going to suit us. I don't want Mikey heading the ball. And a couple of times at the weekend, because he's the sort of like the big number 9, he was heading it onto himself. And it was a bit of a waste. I think we can play a little bit. They've managed to do that, which is frustrating. But we're quite compact. That's my number 10. I asked my number 9, so I asked him to go and sit on the sort of like the number 4, like their deepest midfielder. That's what I want my striker to do. He's a dirty little bastard as well, he's Ruffy. But we're nice and compact again. Look how narrow my right midfielder is. We're nice and compact, which is good, I think, because we had that like physical disadvantage. I think as having been really compact. Kind of not doubling up, but having more bodies in around the ball. Like here now, what's going on here? Like, Clem's there kind of half pointing. It should just be done. Go and fucking push Osk out of the way. We've just left it. So just, I think things, I don't know, I feel like the things that we can improve on are things that, you know, I'm not asking us to, technically, yes, it would be nice if we could be better and look after the ball a bit better, which I think we will over time. But I said if we can make the pitch bigger and deeper with our defenders and make it, if we make the pitch bigger, they're going to have more time to get a couple of touches in. So if there's a bad first touch, they then can have maybe another touch because they've been giving themselves a little bit more time. We've lost the ball now, look. We go in there a little bit too much. I think we need to reset better. I think we need to, like, maybe not that. Maybe not. That one's maybe a little bit harsh. But he's going into the crowd. It should be just maybe just go back to the goalie. I'm going to encourage that a little bit and just reset stuff. Because we're going into a crowd, especially as well when the pitch was small and shitty. I think we do play a lot better in the second half. We've just lost our way. Since they scored that goal, we've just lost our way. But that's better. Throwing the ball out rather than fucking kicking it. And then we've come out the other side. Look, 3 passes, we're out the other side. And once again, terrible touch. Slowed it down. But that was better. And that all came from the throw, look. Just simple throw. Midfielder coming into a wider area. Can't see it, but he's just pinged it in. Into the one of the midfielders, out the other side, pass, and then we're away. I think I'd get, we're going to play with the front 3 on Saturday. If Tom picks it up in there now, he's going to have a player here, rather than there. Danny's in a really difficult position. He's got his back to go. This is what I found with the wing-backs as well. They've both, especially Danny, struggled with his body positioning. And a lot of time when he picks the ball up, he's facing his own goal. And we don't get round enough to support him. To be fair, it was a terrible first touch, which didn't help him. So I think we can get rid of that by having sort of like double width with a wide player and then a fullback. So at least it can go out to the fullback. He can maybe carry it or clip it into to maybe one of the wider players. Once again, like we've just slowed it down. Like if Tickle starts here, he's further away from that striker and then that wide midfielder. Just little things. Look, he's let the ball as well. He's slowed it right down. Look at that, where the ball is now. Look how far he is away. He should be going towards it. Either going back to Slorts as well. But he's just allowed that. He's not touched it and leaves it too late. And really, it still could be a little bit quicker. And then a little pass into the right back, which we didn't do. Once again, we get a little bit lucky. So it's maybe just starting positions. I'm here, mate. I never sit down. There's no seats. My back was fucked after. I'm going to put the whole highlights up. We're going to make it a Motherby channel, just not to get viewers and subs and all that shit. Just a place to have the full vids. But I just want to edit them a little bit better. I'd love to get like a scoreboard up and like time, you know, the time on it basically. See how we defend this one. Mikey says great win. See, I've not got him mark. He just goes and attacks the ball. My one worry when we played them was that we were going to be, we were really going to struggle with set pieces, just because of the height disadvantage. No, mate, no. Just on my feet, Jace. Wandering. You'll see me a little bit. I'm down in... Oh, you might not see me much. I might be behind my big fat head. See that again. We need to think about who we're passing to. Tom's just played it in. And it's not a bad knock. But Sai's not going to beat him, look. I think if he had that big burst of pace, then yeah. But he's not going to beat him. Yeah, I know. Nepo, yeah. But you got to remember the level that we're playing at, and it's the first game. So a little bit of panic. It's what we've been talking about. We haven't done any training either, so it's things that we just work on. I think a little bit of, you know, that's what they've all done for the last 3 or 4 years. So it's going to take a little bit of time getting used to it. And also the pitch was fucking minging, absolutely minging. Really claggy in the middle. You know, when one of those games where you just come off the pitch and your boots are just full of mud. But we definitely could have played more. Or at least try and get a little bit of confidence to play more anyway. Because we have got some, like there, we've done well. We've worked that couple of passes. Fucked up now. But especially in the midfield, we've got 3 players in now that want the ball at the feet. I think what lads are scared of doing as well, Nepo, is losing the ball in sort of like that defensive third and then losing it and then the team going through and scoring. So we've managed to work it from a goal kick again, which is good. We've worked it. Got caught out now. Good positioning that by Fordy. Done well. Angles. Angles is another. I think the defenders dropping off a little bit and making sure people have got support behind the ball so they don't have to turn. There's a lot of things. There's a lot of things to cover, but we knew this would be the case. I said we're not going to be able to get it all right. It's just little things each week to improve on. So for us, it'll be, for Saturday, it'll be trying to play a little bit more. Starting a little bit deeper in possession. Without the ball, tighter and more aggressive. For certain players, not for everyone, because if I say that to everyone, they'll go around fucking getting yellow cards and getting sent off, some of them. Hey, how you doing, mate? Low. As low as it can be. It's local league. Teams, the reserve team in the bottom of the bottom division they were. So yeah. But I've got a group of lads that seem keen to sort of like listen and learn a little bit. So yeah, be good. And a lot of them are like lads I've known for a long time, like a lot of years. So it's more enjoyable when you win a game with your mates on a Saturday. See now as well, like, oh, it's just gone out of shot. Fordy, my left centre back's he's literally just gone out of shot. He's starting just a little bit too high. I think we need to be braver and start really deep. Might even get him the centre half, one of the centre halves, to start the ball with the goal kick and pass it to the goalie. So it gives us an option still of going both ways. We are playing it depends, we're playing a really good side at the weekend, so we might just have to park the bus, which we do for the last sort of like 10 minutes of this one. Our throw-ins are shit. Like, I don't know what we're trying to achieve with this throw here, and our movements. We should be in there in there, and someone coming round, Crowley coming round and supporting to feet. Because throwing the ball to our centre forward, who is there, and expecting him to do something with this. It's not just the thrower's fault, it's the lad's fault for no movement, no options. So that needs to be something that we just sort out. It's enjoyable. There's now to be proud of. We haven't done out yet, but I'm enjoying it. Enjoying having a little bit of a purpose on a weekend. Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, a little bit lower the league. They honestly are. I think definitely when I coached in the summer, sometimes I found it a little bit tricky with some of the lads trying to do things, but I imagine it just depends on your group. There's a team in our league called Slingsby, and I know for a fact me managing and coaching them wouldn't end well. So it ain't as if it's just because of the level of the players. I think you've got to have good lads in there as well. I think the lads have been happy that I've taken over, because I think the team, well, it was about to fold until we managed to sort of like me joining and then crawl a few lads back in and sign maybe 3 or 4. So here now, throw. Is he going to throw? He has thrown. Clem, I'm telling Clem to drive, and he doesn't. We don't carry the ball enough. We're trying for that long ball into Mikey. Like, look at all that space. Look at all that space he would have had. I know you can't see it on the camera, but there's no one there. There's that player there. That's it. There's no one anywhere near, look. Which is really frustrating, because he could have pulled the defender out and then we could have maybe got in. So we're just too keen to go forwards. Not too keen to go forwards, but too keen to play it forwards rather than us carrying. I think we can maybe do that out the back a little bit as well when we build. People drive in. If there's no pressure on, can you drive with it? Suck out a defender. We do it as well. This one's a good one. We go quickly. 2 passes. Good knock. Do you know what I mean? We've created a chance there just by goalkeeper thinking a little bit quicker. That'll be our right back now on Saturday. Play. Tom coming out, and well, it's done. Look at that run, great run from Mikey. Look at the size of that hole. That's in there. Absolutely huge. And then Mikey's going to make that nice little curving run in there. We've sucked out the full. That's the left full back. So we've sucked him out. So we need to do that better. 2 passes and we're in. And another day, just loses his footing a little bit, Mikey, on his left. There I am, look, Jace. I am stood up, look. There's me in corner, look. Talking to me long-time assistant. Do you know what I mean? Couple of little passes and quick passes. Balls come out from the left. We go out the right. Just little things like that. I'm really hoping I'm going to have to really back at my goalie on Saturday, because I think he's probably all about getting the ball down and fucking putting it long. So I'm going to be on at him to really... So here again. I've asked him to do it. We've done it. Quick, quick, quick. Tickle's taken too long. He should know that that pass is here. We just take a little bit too long. There, look. Wait, just a touch. We get away with it. But we're away again now. We've got ourselves up the pitch. We're getting ourselves up the... We make mistakes, yes, but we're getting ourselves up the pitch with just a couple of passes.
Cheating ref. That's right up there straight. That is horrible. That's using home advantage to the extremes, that. What do you mean? You didn't have to chest it.
Yeah, we definitely need to... I'm just going to get a drink, boys. We definitely need to recycle the ball better. with throw-ins.
No, it hasn't. No, it hasn't. Oh, stronger, OJ! Look at! Look at! Go and touch it off your feet! Mikey! Okay. Good, body!
We got away with one there. Mate fumbled it, but put him off. Watch him crawling on floor as well.
Look at! Look at! Go and touch it off your feet! Mikey!
There, Mikey's trying to bloody turn again. So to be fair, I couldn't get it out of him in his 20s, so I don't know if I'm going to be able to get it out. He might have matured a little bit more. I might be able to get it out of him. Just needs to pop it off and spin, rather than trying to spin and take the ball himself. So we get lucky here. But that's all come from Mikey not just popping it off. Or just holding it, not trying turning with it, because it's not the grass is shit. So trying to turn on it when it's fucking really heavy underneath is tricky. Yeah, these are me South American pants, pal. These are me streaming pants. They're just pajamas, Peruvian trousers. I bought some in South America like 20 years ago. Had them till they absolutely had nothing left, and then had to throw them away, which I was gutted about because I'd had them for so long. And then Amy got me these. Got me these as a little present, which was really nice because they're pretty much identical to the ones that I had. I'm using a thing called an Xbox Go. So it's a camera, an AI camera. I'll show you it actually. I think I've got it. I have. Let me just pause. Put it on big one. So it sits on a massive tripod. It's about 15 foot in the air. So that's it there. So it sits like that. Your phone sits in like that. And then all it does is, once you switch it on, you put in the what pitch you're playing on. Is it a big pitch? Is it a small pitch? You can actually, if you use your other phone, if you double it up and have two phones as a controller, you can actually like map out the pitch, which I haven't done because you don't need to do. And then all it does is it follows, it tracks the ball with the software that it's the app that I've got on my phone. It's really cool. Lucky enough, because of this YouTube channel, I got it for free as well. Got it for like 50, got it for free, but it's like 500 quid. But if you join the group on Facebook, there's people, they're bringing out a new camera, which has the camera built in. So you don't need a phone. They're bringing that out, so loads of people, you can probably get one for about 150 quid second hand. And look, it's not perfect, but it's really good. Yeah, really useful, mate. Yeah, absolutely. I want to video Ralph in my little lad's games. He plays under 10s. I just have it as a personal thing, just so I can show him. Because, you know, if I say to him, you've done this, you've done that, it's hard. You know, they think you're talking shit. So I think, yeah, it would be a really good tool. Show them the good, the bad, and the ugly, eh? But yeah, if you go onto Facebook and you type in Xbox or XBOT Go, and then Chameleon, there's a Facebook group. It's got thousands of people in it. I've joined it, and then people post like questions, like, and I posted the video of my little highlights package I did and stuff like that. So I'm only level 2. I've never gone any higher because of mainly due to my work. There was never any point doing a level 3. Work were going to actually pay for it a long time ago, but they won't pay for it now because it doesn't add anything to our works thing. So just a level 2. And I've got the Youth Award level 2 as well. Most of my stuff's come from learning. Yes, yeah, it will be now. Yeah, it's that long ago since I did it. Most of my stuff now has come from just nerding up. nerding up on YouTube and reading and watching. Ref's having a moment. Yeah, a little bit. Vinny is bad. I can't stand that. I can't stand that guy. Vinicius Junior. Is it what, the UEFA B or the UEFA C? Surely that's UEFA B. I don't think you would get anything out of it. Well, you would, but I don't think it's worth it. The UEFA C, that's a disgrace. Fucking hell. Luckily, I got mine done at college for free. Watch sessions, geek up. I spent many a years just watching shit on YouTube, on Twitter. Is it? That's a disgrace. I know people are struggling to get on UEFA A's and things like that. We waste so many free kicks, considering most of us can't put a tackle in. See there, the camera's missed out, look. We get lucky here, offside goal. He was offside. But that has come from a free kick. Fair enough. Look at him trying to take it quickly, look. We're just not set. Centre half, again. There's my right centre half. Where's my middle centre half? Out there. So Clem getting back in quicker is definitely one thing. And I said, is it offside? Probably just. We managed to get it working. He tapped it in. It was going in as well. Yeah, we'll go up the table. I don't know how far, but we've already moved up one for now. I said we might be getting another 3 points deducted, so we're back down to 0 again. It was just about. So I'm actually going to be managing the first team in the summer, and that was always the plan. And then the reserves, I tried to keep the reserves going and trying to get a few lads to help out before taking over, and then it got to the point where they were going to fold, so I've decided to sort hours out at work early. Like the Patreon subscribers have meant that I can drop hours at work, because obviously I've lost money there on a weekly basis to have Saturday afternoons off. And then the idea with the reserves is we just keep them going till the end of the season, then we can sort of like start again in the summer with 2 teams. You need a good reserve, not a good reserve side, but you need an honest reserve side to sort of like back up the first team, I always think. Makes it easier having 2 squads than 1. I'm near York, mate, so between York and Scarborough, so Nottingham's about, what, 3 hours maybe? Hello? Ralphie wants the Carlisle game on, boys, so just bear with. Sorry, lads. What's up, Ralphie? And yeah, he wanted to watch. We were going to go all the way. Carlisle are playing York tonight. Big game. At Carlisle, 3.5. Was it 3.5 hours drive or something? We were going to go, but the weather's been that bad, and it's blowing a gale. Terrible drive. I would have had to drove there after school, and then drove all the way back and get back like early hours of the morning, and then have to go to work and school the next day. So we decided not to go. There was no stand cover either, and standing, which was a bit of an issue. So here once again, Clem hitting the ball too early. I'm going to say to him, I don't know why you think you're David Beckham. Like, he's got all that room. All that room. I think that's the end of it, boys. I think we're coming to end at first half, I think. Do really well with our first contacts, though. And second little knocks. And yeah, half time. Right. Bear with, boys. Got a bit of deleting to do. Need to get all the data up for the second half. So, yeah, so I thought I could just upload the full game and then just watch it through. So we're actually watching the game, as I said at the start, in 3-minute chunks, which is really frustrating because you can only have 500 megabytes or whatever it is per video. So that's like 5 minutes of footage. Let me just put this down here. Penalty to York. Sorry, Ralphie's shouting penalty. Right. So at half time, boys, we made... Oh, I didn't put the little fixture up in the corner. At half time, we made a little change. I actually went... We changed and ended up going to a diamond. Just so we could put a back four in and be a little bit more settled. I think we've just scored. So I think we went like that. We brought Clem into midfield to give us a little bit of energy. And then Tom, I wanted Tom a little bit higher because really he's a winger. But it was more a case of like, we could probably build a little bit better with him being a little bit deeper, having a settled back four. And then having four down the middle, see if we get that overload in. That's all we could do really, like with the options we have, like target man centre forward, striker, but you know, I'm not going to take our main man off for him. Centre back, stroke, defensive midfielder, defensive fullback. So we didn't have a lot of sort of like, you know, what you would maybe class as wide options to go and play in sort of like the wide areas and the subs really. To be fair, we had all of our cards, well, not all of our cards because our sub comes on and makes a really good impact, but yeah. Gurns, what a name. Yeah, I ain't streamed for a while. Apologies for that. There's no point. FM shit. FM is shit. But I just wanted to come and chat to some of you. People keep asking, oh, come and have a chat and stuff. So it's good to chat to some of the boys. I think we've scored the pen though, which is good. York City. So I'm not scared of going back to a 3. I don't think we'll go back to a 3 for a while. But I'm not scared of it now because I know that what we've done wrong in the build and what we've struggled with. So now we've just got a little, trying to play him once again. 40. I suppose he keeps it on the floor, but we're going to make, I think he's going to have to keep it simple, 40. Either long and high or short and wide. I realise I might be a little bit in the way at times. So now I'll automatically look at Tickle's. Sorry, that's his name, his surname, Tickle. Tickle's starting position. 40's not gone deep enough. But Tickle's the one who's learnt. He's really good at listening, and say something, he'll do it. And look now, look how deep we are. And he's got time, he's got time. We can pick, look, and we can work it across. We've brought their centre half across, their centre forward, look. They're playing a 4-3-3. Really, go back. Good. You could just do it a little bit sharper. And I think the idea is as well is that you keep that distance. Like, look at the distance now. There. And then by the time Fordy's come in and passed, we've got a little bit smaller. So that distance needs to stay. It really should be there. And if we're a little bit worried about that, it goes back to Slorts, who then goes, so it could be a 2-passer. But we'll eventually find a way out. Like, terrible touch by Clem, but he's worked well, and we've worked it. We've managed to get up the pitch a little bit just by doing one little thing. I think the more they do it, the better they'll get at it, the more comfortable they'll feel with it. Like, I'm not asking for, like, Liam Rossini, who plays the ball through the thirds, through the middle of the pitch 100% of the time, and not after that. Like, even, like, the De Zerbi way of, like, sucking on the press. It's a great block, this by Tickle. If you go really deep to get the ball, and you end up... I'm going to freeze it. If you end up going really deep, say like in here to pick up the ball, then their strikers go in. It leaves a big space. If we have 2 sitters, so on Saturday we're going to play 2 sitters there, and they're going to probably have 2 number 8s alongside them. So it might mean that we can just miss it out a little bit and maybe go into sort of like the number 10, the wide players maybe a little bit more, especially if we decide to push on our fullbacks. Yeah. Yes, Gerns. Where do you live? What can you do? We do need a couple of players. I've had one retire this week. One says he's not really bothered about playing because we've got too many players. But then we've then got 2 players. Two players not playing anymore. So it puts us down to about 20. And I've got about 4 or 5, 6 missing this weekend. There we go, boys. We've scored. I'll bring it back so you can see. So we get a little bit lucky. It's like a lucky swing to clear his lines. But this is what Mikey does, and this is what we'll talk about. Yeah, like this is what he does. So we need him on the turn. Bearing in mind he's 37. Their fullback is maybe mid-20s, physically good. But once he gets that big touch in, I can't catch him. It's a great finish. Oh, you're from the States? Yeah, a bit of a trek, mate. No, not local to me. No, I don't know of any in Malton Bay. I don't think there's a Peruvian in town. Lapadulas. I could do with a Lapadula though. That was a good goal, but that's what Mikey, our striker, does at his best. So I've tweaked the tactic next week for this 4-3-3. He's actually going to play the wide right of the 3, but he's going to play kind of a little bit more central. And when we're defending, he's going to be one of the 2 in a 4-4-2. So he's not going to have to come back and kind of play with the fullback and help the fullback out. What will happen is in a 4-3-3, our right central midfielder without the ball is going to play as a right midfielder. That's how we're gonna work it. So Mikey will be able to stay high, but I want him to stay high between the centre half and the fullback rather than he's not very good with his back to goal. He's definitely got the physicality. He's great at flicking it on and stuff, but I don't want him to be the guy that holds it up and then turns all the time. So I really want him to stay in that pocket and run down that right. So a little bit of a mad tweak for the division that we're at, but yeah, we'll get him across. Get you across. What position do you play? I need pace. We're desperate for pace. They said that they thought they absolutely battered us. I thought we had the first 15 until they scored. And then they had a good maybe 20, and then we had the last maybe 5 minutes there. But now look how big we've made the pitch already. Look, we do it like dropping deeper, look. The boys have started to listen, look, and we're out again, look. We play. Look at our fullback now in a little bit of space. So really, I want the central midfielders. So this Saturday, Oscar will be playing again, but he'll be in one of these two areas. So we can maybe work it through the middle, maybe a little bit more. Also as well, we're going to have Mikey in this area here, rather than stood on the centre forward, so we can maybe play into him. That, by the way, this is the issue, right? So a little bit of lack of quality. No way is that a pass. So what really I want Tickle to do, who's there on the ball, I want him to dribble. I want him to dribble with it. Commit him. So he will then go in there. And then can you do a little pop off? One in there, and then Oski's out, driving out that way. So just real small little things. I think what I'm going to do at the weekend is be a little bit more like Conte on the sideline, where I'm like talking lads through it, because I kind of just let them play. I felt like first game I didn't want to be on their asses, but I've kind of seen what we can do well and what we can improve on realistically. Yeah, fullback, attacking fullback. That'll do. The 4-3-3 that I want to do, that I've done videos on actually for FM, I do want the two fullbacks to be extremely high and wide. So then the two attackers tuck in. Have we lost sound? There we go, lost some sound. Sorry, lads. Can't hear me swearing. So yeah, the idea is that we put the fullbacks high, midfielders come deep. We have another player maybe in the hole. We're trying to get my striker to drop in to make like a double, like a box. 2 6s and then 2 10s. And then have fullbacks really high, and then have the strikers sort of like cutting in from the sides, and even sort of like being out to win runs and being a little bit narrower. That's the dream. I don't think it's over coaching, because I think they're all simple movements and patterns, but they've got to do it regularly. But now there's more space. Have you seen like the size of the pitch? We've dropped off a little bit more, and it's just opened the pitch out a little bit. I don't think there was any room in that middle of the pitch. Look at all the room we've got now. Like here again. That's fucking foul throw. Gonna try and maybe get players to pretty much be on like the dead ball line, get them to throw it in, and then try and win corners. You know, let the defender maybe come in and win it, and then when we maybe jump on the seconds a little bit. Yeah, something like that, mate. Yeah, yeah. I think Danny, the left back, said he's never played men's football before, so doesn't know any of the lads. He literally knows me a little bit, and he knows one of the other midfielders. That's it. So he was a little bit nervous. He was absolutely. He goes gym, but he was absolutely fucking knackered. He just needs to calm down, get a touch, and he's pissed off with himself, not kicking the ground. Get a touch in, play back to the goalie and reset. I think that's what we need to do a little bit more. Go back to the goalie, reset, get our shape, build, or we go along. So what we have done, look, now we've dropped off a little bit. They've now got a few players. There's their 10, quite deep, sorry, quite high. It's left quite a big hole. So could we get someone in this little area here maybe to drop into, come off the start high and then drop in? We've decided we're going long by the looks of it. We've actually made a good start to the second half. I don't think they've had really anything. I think they're a shot from distance. They definitely had the better chances. I think if it was based on XG, we would have lost, because they missed that really good chance in the first half. They also missed a header, which for some reason I don't think the camera picked up. They had a header from about 6 yards at the back post that he headed wide. I think it was this big lad here, put it wide. Tom's terrible defending. But now I've seen him play, I know what I need to be shouting to Tom in that instance. Be strong, be aggressive. Win the tackle. Not win it, but try and win it. He was never going to win a tackle attempting to tackle like that.
Options down the line, down the line. Down the line, give me options.
I think actually quite happy with how we defended corners and set pieces, to be fair. The attacking ones that infuriated me. Because they're big, they're bigger than us, they were definitely bigger, they didn't use it. Oh yes, York winning 3-0. Oh, it's offside, Ralphie just said. Oh. I'll pull myself out of the way because it was a nice little bit of showboating from Crowley. My missus loved this one. Watch him. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Nice little pass. So don't mind that long ball because it made the defenders turn. Look, it's long, they've dropped, which I don't mind. We've turned them a little, we've at least tried to turn them. What we don't want is them balls that the defender just head straight back. If they're tracking back and they have to get ahead, that's where they're likely at this level to make a mistake. I was a little bit worried here. Keeps us really well. Play. So we're playing more this half. Look, nice little passes. The pitch is bobbly as fuck, so we just need to make sure, I think, that the type of passes we do. Gave Oscar a real bad pass there, did Tom. But at least we're trying to play. That's better. This is Crowley's going to 16's going to be our false 9 at the weekend. Oh, that's it. He's back again. It's all he wanted to see. He's a bit of skill. My missus loved it. You could hear her laughing in, going, oh, in background. Don't know if that was the correct noise, but you know what I mean. But you did that well there, Crowley. Just popped it off. Simple. We didn't do enough for that. Just play the way you're facing. Get that arse in. Get that arse in and pop it off. I don't think they've actually played much footy, Bagby and Bought the Blues. I think we've probably connected more passes. They said that we definitely gave them the better of the chances. So we've got 2v1 in here, nothing been done about it, which is disappointing. Wrong pass, OJ again. Wrong pass. Does well to bring it a little bit of calm. Brilliant. There's your pass. Especially on this pitch as well. It's not the 3G. Watch how it bobbles in as well. Shite. Just pop it off. He can have time to get on it and you might be able to get it back. I realise yet you probably can't see it. Shall I move my fucking fat head? Should put myself up there. Nice little knock. Let's give Crowley a bit of love as soon as he's here. It's a nice little knock. Look, ball bobbling. Just a little bit of a drive. Through ball. Cameron don't pick it up, but Mikey's in. Look, that's where we want. You want Mikey galloping. Got there before keeper, and then defender came around and covered quite well. Cut tree ain't fucking where. Ah, this is the one that infuriates me, the corner. Absolute. So once again, coming in, we've got one. Let's go through them. One on the edge, there. Two on the edge, not really attacking. Mikey's going to attack 3, 4, 5. So we've only got 5 in the box, 6 taking. I don't think there's anyone else in there. No. So we ain't got enough men forward for 1. I can't see anyone else. I don't know where Oscar is. The CDM. So we're not enough. No one's in the 6-yard box. Watch where the ball goes. Let me slow it down a bit. All the way through. Comes off their defender and he hooks it on the line. All it needed was someone attacking the 6-yard box. We score a goal. So we need to keep someone in and around the keeper. Not so much in and around the keeper, but running into the keeper. Sometimes I don't necessarily need someone to stand on it because I always think the refs are sometimes too keen to fucking blow up anywhere, but running in and attacking the 6-yard box. Look, too many players back. For me, I'm quite happy leaving 1v1 and 2v2 at the back, because teams out in this league aren't scoring from counter-attacks from corners, that's for sure. Or very rarely. I think we'd create more problems by pushing them all forward and having a really good, solid, reliable defender to do the defending. So we might be really aggressive with our set pieces on Saturday. Well, they were really too keen on getting that ball forward. They just, the amount of times it ran through to our goalkeeper. So once again, we're playing again, which is good. Trying to play. We're definitely better second half. Osk just needs to move that ball quick. He's so much more better than that. I'll be at him on Saturday. I'll be at him. One less touch and zip it in. Fire it in. Once again, that's better from us playing. Then you can go, then it goes. Bit of a shank with his right foot. We're getting around the box enough. There's quite a few of them, like, when the ball's in those little dangerous areas, I'm a bit worried. Then we do normally have some bodies, or enough bodies in there, look, surrounding the ball, look. Really good. Not making it really difficult, and then it's a shit shot. And the amount of time the ball spends out of play is brilliant for us. Gone short again. So sure. A little bit early again. We get away with it because they're slight. Like, we can play it in there, but as I said, that's 2 now Clem's had at his feet and he's not dealt with them well. So I think we need to get our centre half to maybe just, don't have to be quick, but just dribble with it and then see if we can pull out that striker and then we can play around. So now look, he doesn't need to play it there. Just come in, let him come in, and then really Oscar needs to go in there and play around. That's all we need to do. Kind of firing it into the Clem's in there to run about, and we get a certain element of luck result we've built again. We've played short again, which is good. See that, for me, just go back to... We've got a little bit of luck. To be fair, we nearly get in. But it's a little bit of a hopeful ball. Does that one just go back to goalie? Just go back. Go back and reset. If they either sends there's that one, then he can go along. But for me, that ball is a little bit of a half ball. I don't think it's on, really. Unless you're going to clip it. Curve it round there for like the strikers to run into. Like that. Mikey, I thought he'd pull his hamstring there, but he just cramped up, thank fuck. Just what we're not going to win the first. We need to make sure we jump on them seconds. I'm now shouting we've got slow recovery. I was starting to bark a little bit more at them now as they were getting tired.
Yeah, 3-0.
3-0?
Yeah.
Who scored the third?
Alex Newby.
What a win that is, Baba.
Yeah.
3-0 to York, lads. So we spoke about this being the switch. So Danny needs to get out there quicker. We spoke about this, letting them switch, but getting out quicker. Because amazing how many times this little scenario, I'd rather us be compact and encourage them to do. Whoop! Fucking still getting used to this much bloody thingy. That's fine. Why is that popped up there? I do not know. But you can look, he's jogging. He's allowed a cross to come in like that. That shouldn't come in. And they're little things that I can show him and say, look, that don't come in. You need to get out there quicker. But it's how much I send them. I haven't actually sent any of the lad stuff. I'm undecided whether I either just show him it or kind of just tell him at the weekend. I think I'd rather show him it because it's like, well, this is what's happened. If we show it, then it's kind of proof, innit, right? And then they'll visually see it. Slots come up some good punch. Half a punch. It's good from 40. Defended well. Defended really well. Considering we're not the strongest. Just people getting into position, sitting back in. Nice and deep, not deep, but narrow, compact. We didn't really give them much in this second half. I think we're in a little bit of trouble here. I think if we know they've got a good lad, it needs to be a little bit of... It's a great block from Tickle. Fucking tremendous block. But in this scenario here, how quickly can Clem get back in? And Danny help out a little bit. We got lucky with that one. That's me screaming. Right, I'm doing my first sub. So I'm bringing off one of the strikers, Sai, and then I'm bringing on Tid target man. You'll see him in a minute. Big lad. And just see if he could do the flicking on, really. So Mikey don't have to do the flicking himself. Yeah, definitely, Jish. Yeah. Yeah, video don't lie. Not in a bad way either. It's just like, I think it's proof and that kind of realisation and confirmation, I suppose. So I might just start sending stuff individually rather than put it in the team chat. Easy if I talk though as well. I might have to send little voice notes. Because I'm typing. I'm not very good at, it's easy to explain it vocally rather than in text. This is where we're good in a team meeting, like meet 20 minutes before we normally meet, home game, sit it on like little pull down projector off Amazon, sit down, lads, sit down, right, let's just watch these clips just for 10-15 minutes. This is what we could do. Can we drive? Can Tickle, the right centre back, dribble with it? Can Oscar get tighter because that first goal wouldn't have happened? Look how deep they are. Two centre backs doing really well. Can, when that switches in, can we get across quicker? Like, it takes a terrible touch, 4D, and we get away with it a little bit. But because of the position he's in, he gets a well, that was a lucky one. Just at this point, we're getting a little bit leggy. Half a tackle from Tom. Dan, the left back, he's absolutely knackered. Good header. Look at me goalkeeper though. Look at me goalie. Not even looking at the ball. That's their manager getting the balls. Look, he's not rushing at all. He's a really good game management. You see now the physicality of Tid. Look, this lad here. You see he's a lot bigger. Causes a bit of problem straight away. Just slipped, see, just bloody ground just gave away just underneath him there, which was disappointing. Now, how many times in this, the difference between first half and second half is massive. Now, how many times we've tried to play out from the back? Like, shit ball, Tickle, and all. These are things, I don't want them passes. Bad pass from Os, but it was the right idea. Just needs better execution, which is poor. He's a really good footballer, is Oscar. The big lad in here. Really was a bit disappointed with his performance. Yeah. And then now we've got that. It's a great kick from Slots. Big one. What we don't want to do is go long every time, and that's what we did in the first half, and we ran Mikey into the ground a little bit too much. I don't think they've played much football at all, but they definitely had the better of the chances. Like, too tight. Someone's screaming at Ford. Look where he is. He should be. Why is it there? He should be in there. That's where he should be. Go along, yeah. Well, it's the one thing that we want. When losing Mikey in a couple of weeks, he's got a fireman's. He's doing like first aid course or something that he can't get out of. I think it's a week on Saturday that we don't have him, so that's going to be an issue for us because we're going to have literally no pace up there whatsoever. Thinking about it the other night, and then I thought, well, I need to just focus on this game. How did that come about? Is it a throwing in clip down the line, maybe? Yeah, we're not reacting quick enough. I think lads were expecting a free kick maybe in there. So if you just join, there's like 30 odd people in now, which is tremendous. It's 1-1. We're about halfway through the second half, I think. We've definitely played better second half in terms of at least trying to play rather than going long. First half, if you missed the first half, we went long way too much. And that was down to the starting position of the two, of our three centre-halves. We've moved from a 3-5-2 to a diamond. And we've already started building better. And I asked the two centre-halves to drop a little bit deeper when the goalkeeper has it. And they're doing a sub. Decent header that, to be fair, from defender. That was worrying. Whereas I'm in a downstairs toilet that I've converted to an office, but I've still got the toilet in, and it's just been gurgling. Which was, I thought, is that water going to come back up? Looks like we've got a bit of a drainage problem. Right, so I'm doing in the sub now. So Oscar's come off. Decided we need a little bit more grit in there. Rev, number 4, can definitely play, but definitely a little bit more physical. Probably quicker than Oscar as well. Definitely got a drainage problem. It's bubbling. It's not getting any higher. Yeah, 220. Honestly, mate, it looked, when we got across, it was like, I think because there's been no kind of football for about a month because of the snow and Christmas, a lot of the pitches have got plenty of grass on and they haven't been overplayed on. But then it was like wet, but then underneath it, your foot just gave way. And it was really hard to turn, like really claggy and heavy. And our choice of pass, I think the lads, we've had a good couple of sessions training, and then we had a practice match one I think the 1st January after Christmas, and we played on the 3G. See now, Rev, just a little bit more movement from the number 4 look. So he's going to be starting on the weekend with his 4-3-3, right? So like a 4-2-3-1. I'm going to have him and Oscar sitting in, and just protect, money for a defensive aspect, just to protect even more. So we've got 2 different centre halves coming in on Saturday. So what you'd class as our main 2 centre halves anyway, because these 2 that are playing centre half now are probably more full backs. Tickle's good at winning free kicks as well. I don't think that was a free kick, really. God knows what's going on there, lads. Don't even know if you can hear that. This might be... Yeah. Ready? Clip. Keeper parries. Got it. We managed to get a second. From going long, getting on the second ball is really clever ball from Tid, our sub. Lovely. Like, if I bring it back, look. Perfectly weighted. I'll slow it down a bit. Good, we get on the seconds. Mikey makes a good run, but Mikey's so good because look, straight away, look at Mikey's run, is brilliant. He knows exactly where that's going. Tid and Mikey have known each other a long time. He knows where Mikey wants it. So this is where on Saturday, this is where I want Mikey all the time. So I want number 9, who's going to be Crowley, this guy is going to drop in a little bit. And we'll try and play them balls through to him in that right channel, rather than him being the man that's going to hold it up. Gets a volley out, like a half volley on it, kind of scuffs it into the ground. Keeper parries, goes up in the air. We get a goal. So this point, I asked our 16 just to sit now a little bit more. So I think that was about 70, about 75, I think it was. How many highlights we got left? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, we're coming into the last sort of like 15 minutes. But we were very good at slowing the game down. They started moaning at my goalkeeper for time waste. He just walked for everything. I was really happy with the game management, considering that, you know, the sort of like the level that we play at. Just to have all of them to have a little bit of knowledge of game management, knowledge of slow it down. Look, we're in no rush. Look, it's clever, and that was without me really having to drill it into him. Fucking another foul throw. I still need to get the team to play. I was interested to see what we do in these last sort of like 10-15 minutes, how much we play and how much we then just stop playing out. Because you can play out and still go long. Instead it can either go back to the goalkeeper and go long, but what we don't want to do is just get it and kick it. To get nice and compact. Look at all the bodies we've got behind the ball. Really good. Give them nothing in the middle, though. It's a good header. Good flick on that. Keeper does really well. But now we just start boshing it. But because they were pushing, look at the space they've left us, look. And we ended up getting a fair bit from corners and set pieces and bits and bobs. So that might be what it is last 10 if we're in games. We just go along. That was a big tackle that the tree got in the way. You can't see. Tidd'll come on as well. The big lad who got the assist, he'll come on and play up there a little bit for the last sort of like 20 minutes, half an hour. So we'll be able to play off him and flick it and get Mikey running off him. There's Rev, look, just on front foot a little bit is Rev. Can't recover very well. It's a terrible free kick to give away. If you could hear me shouting, stand, stand, stand. Save from Sars. The last three, though, they've won the first contact on. It's a proper sports camera, tracking camera. It's called an Xbox Go. Yeah. Oh, that was the miss. That was the miss. That's the big one. That's their star player. That's the biggest miss that they've had. That's when I maybe started to think that it was going to be our day. So it sits on a big tripod, phone on. That phone has an app that connects through Bluetooth to the camera. The camera does the Xbox follows the tracking. It's got an AI technology in it. Follows the players, and then because the camera's attached to it, you press record on the camera, and the camera records the footage through the app.
Come on, hear this! Massive 10! Everyone!
Yeah, it was good. I got it for free as well. I just sent him a message saying, look, I'm going to do a few YouTube bits and bobs. And I was wanting to do more of this content on the channel. Oh, we're nearly in again here. We were really unlucky. Just going by direct. Obviously, they were trying to push the last sort of like 10 minutes. So we had that option of going in behind a little bit more. Yeah, so I said, I was thinking about doing more of these, but I don't know. The YouTube is a really strange place at the moment. The views for everyone across the board are really low. So I don't want to punish the channel any more and doing videos that people are not going to watch. Like, there's 30 odd people in here now, but if I was to do maybe analysis videos of this kind of stuff, I'd need to make sure it was hitting certain numbers. So I did on a false promise. To be fair, they've not chased it up. The company's like from Hong Kong, I think. So they've not been that bothered. I tag them and stuff on Facebook a lot of the time as well. We have a really nice Facebook page that was kind of putting stuff on all the time, so I'll just keep tagging them shit to kind of show that we're active. I was kind of hoping that they'd send me the new one as well, which is you don't need a phone for, but that's coming out. It's coming out over the next month or so, but it might be too much to ask.
Go on, Tid left.
Kept pushing my centre half forward as well. This, by the way, ref, look where the ball is. Look where Mikey gets fouled. To be fair, he slips. Miles in the penalty box, look. Absolutely miles in. And ref gives a free kick. What you on about, Chase? Crowley's still watching. He wants me to skip this free kick. Do you want to talk us through it, Crowley? Crowley's in the chat is number 16. But it shouldn't have been a pen because it was never a pen. But it should have been a pen because it was in the box. I don't think we actually see you physically taking it, Crowley. So we could say it isn't you because the camera's now gone to the crowd. So you're going to get away with one here. What do you want? All right. You all right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to put the full highlights on soon, so put it on YouTube. Put it on tomorrow. Here we go. Straight off at bar. Brilliant. So you're lucky with that one. There he is. He just popped back in. I want you on corners. You're going to do the in-swingers on Saturday, though. Could say it hit a bobble, but it was from a static free kick. So look, again, I'm really happy with that, how compact. I still want Danny over here a little bit. I think that because Danny's not used to playing, who's our left back, look, he's so bothered about this guy. And for me, I really want him in there. And then work across. This guy was old. Like, he's bald. He must have been close to 40. He was a sub as well. He worked great. That's, for me, with their star striker, who's in there. All he needs is a good ball and a little bit of pace. So, yeah, once again, something that I didn't see because I was probably looking at the ball a bit much. This is a bit too much. This is why it's really good to have this to watch back on. And it'll really help that people like Danny, who's not played senior football before. Be amazed how much the ball actually is out of play. Mikey's in again. They're really getting open at the back now. Lucky, good block to be fair from player that. Tom gets across really quickly, which is good. How he was sort of like our left centre midfielder who was playing on the left wing as a out of possession. I don't know if you can hear me. I'm just shouting shape now. Shape. Try and get that 4-4-2 in. This is where you want Mikey. Look, they're so desperate in winning the game. Look. I also think as well, he's got the physicality to really bully fullbacks a little bit more. So now he's just narrow. So this is where I want him on Saturday. Here. In this 4-3-3. Very much a sort of like a third striker. If you think of FM terms, that third striker rather than like an inside forward. And then out of possession, he's going to stay as a striker. And the central midfielder will then go across to be the right midfielder. Out of possession, still sort of like defending a 4-4-2. Lads' response was good as well when we playing like we're just sitting in a bit deep, but I can hear him saying shape. Some of them lads shouting shape, get back in. Pull balls, and then we can counter a little bit, look. Bobble Tid. Rev getting in there a little bit, which is good. He ain't got a sprint in him yet. flick on from Tidlett.
Second. Come on, Tom. Come on, last 5, Tom. Come on, big 5, big 5. Big 5.
Again, it's our midfielders coming back in, helping out. That's their star striker. We end up losing his head at end of game. Our midfielders coming back in. And we'll get a free kick for that. Ref was giving everything. Every shout ref was giving, which you get a lot. Yeah, that's what we'll try and... Yeah. The midfield, like, it'll be like... In FM terms, it'll be a tracking winger. You really want your back four to be narrow. And force that. And if you force them around you, you don't want to force them through you. You know, if it goes out wide, then you've got time to kind of fucking get across. Wingers can come back in and help out, can't, especially if a fullback's getting forward. I always say the fullback is responsible for the winger. Our winger is responsible for their fullback. I don't want our winger coming back and tracking the... We're close here. We should have scored. Mikey should have scored. Dragged it with his left foot. I almost said to lads it as well in the pre-match that we want to encourage that switch. If it comes across, it comes across. But it don't go through our centre-halves. And it don't go through our centre-halves and full-backs. I think at times as well, because we go so narrow, there will be that time when we get a 2v1 down that wing as well. Nothing's ever perfect, but I think we limit. No, that's the first time that's kind of happened in the whole game. Whereas if we were really wide and open, there's more chance of them getting through the middle. I really like that. We're all in here. Look at all the players we've got in here, middle of the pitch. Like if this right back wants it from there, no problem. I think once he gets it, Danny the fullback does need to get out quicker. This is where their striker started losing his head a bit. Crowley was picking on him. This was the best. This was the highlight of the day. Our goalkeeper. I'm going to turn the volume up a little bit, see if you can hear him. All right, bud?
Yeah, I said highlight after this, so yeah.
Right, go on. Bed.
No, I'm just looking at highlights.
He's shouting 3 in the wall. And there's 3 in the wall. Then he puts his hand up because he realises that he can't count. Everyone was laughing on the sideline. He's absolutely screaming 3. He must have shouted 3 times. The third time he was really aggressive with it. And then he realised there was actually 3 in the wall. I found as well we didn't get too deep from set pieces. There's another one coming up later on. In around the penalty area. And we stay really high. 3 in the wall. Did you hear it? Very Yorkshire, that chase. Curly doing a bit of NFL here. You spot the Clem swipe? No, when? On that lad? We did quite well at squeezing up there. We did get out. They respond well if I shout. They respond. Let me go back. Just before the free kick. As in just before the free kick is in there. It was taken, or the free kick is in it was... What do you mean? That'll be another highlight. Right. Yeah, it'll be not last highlight, was it? Yeah. Clem's behind our number 9. This is Clem. Have a little kick at him there. Oh, when they walk behind the wall. What's he going to do? Our number 8, what's he do? Oh, he did, yeah. What's he doing that for? Oh, dear. Good job it weren't in play. All right, next highlight, aren't we? Defending our box well, though. Might result in them to that. They had plenty of them fucking shots. About time they booted things from edge of area that went nowhere near the goal. Look at my goalkeeper as well, asking for a ball, being really slow. We should jump on them seconds a little bit more. This again now, Mikey's once again isolated with that left back, which I absolutely love. Needs to go, and the idea is that we'll have a winger on the left. Tom, who's playing right back now, is going to be our winger on the left on Saturday. So we should have a little bit more pace both ways. Crowley, who's in the chat's playing as a false 9. Suck out the centre halves and then hit the spaces that hopefully he creates. Get Mikey 1v1 with the fullback a little bit more. Once again, our defenders getting into really good positions to defend. Really good. Yeah, he's a big lad. Big lad is Tidler. Wants to play every week. He wants to start. He whinged at me that he didn't start on Saturday, but he's more of an. I find him more of an impact rather than 90. Because it definitely, I think he will think because he's had a good game when he's come on that he deserves the start. But I really don't want to have to play all the cards. Like we only really had him as an attacking threat off the bench on Saturday last week. And if I play him on Saturday, we're not going to have another one on. We're not really going to have him another attacking player on the bench. It gives us an option to change. Look, he's giving that defender a nice little elbow. Do you know what I mean? I'd rather him come and rough it up because he's not fit. Well, most of them aren't fit, but he's definitely not fit. Camera goes a bit mental for some reason here, lads. Keeper's rushing in, taking shit kicks. But we're nice and compact again. We've got loads of players back behind the ball. The white camera started doing that. Sometimes it does complain a bit, like going a bit weird sometimes. Yeah, he's a bit of a farm yucker, to be fair. He was a country boy, Jace. Then we can hit Mikey on the break. He's cramped up again. Runs through his cramp. I think this is last kick, boys, that, to be fair. I think we rode the wave a little bit. I don't think we were that under the cosh. We were sat deep, but we didn't, especially the last 10, we didn't really give them anything. Balls in the box like we've defended and volleyed. There we go, boys. Big win. Big win. Right, that's it. Thanks for everyone coming in. I said more stuff on the Patreon. If you really want to support the club, the little supporters thing that I've had up on screen, in the bottom corner, Patreon, it's like $2.99 a month. I get about £2 profit out of that, and that goes direct to the club. We've got 11 supporters, which don't sound a lot. I've got a lot more, obviously, for me football manager stuff, but that 11 members, £22 a month, is a fair bit of coin. So, you know, that'll build up over the year. It's always buying the lads some bottles. I'm going to need to buy some bloody water bottles and shit for the first month. I need to get them in because we don't have any water bottles at the moment. And then hopefully things like maybe another travel tactics board, other things around the club. It depends how much we get. I am putting a match preview on there on Friday as well. There'll be a match preview dropping how we're going to play against the team that are favourites for the league. Right, thanks for dropping in, guys. Appreciate it. New manager bounce, yeah. They hadn't won in, was it September the 6th? Yeah, we picked up a win, which was nice, but it's going to get a lot tougher. We've got 3 really difficult games coming up over the next 3 weeks. So, yeah, it'll be a lot harder, but we'll be more prepared. Yeah, thanks for coming in. Enjoyed that. Good to chat to you all. Take care.